Hey, Gradacino. Sorry for being gone so long. I've been focusing on getting a job and stuff, so... Doing well, doing well. And Eater of Virtue, I think, is just the best card. Like, Behold Unspeakable, amazing. Futures Operative, like, Ghost Shintai, pretty darn good. But here's the thing. This card can be played in any deck. It's this one, I need to be a blue deck. This one, no matter what color deck... Yeah. Yeah, no, Gradacino, I still... Yeah. But yeah, glad to have you here. I'm still trying to get the job. Still in the interview process. It's taking longer than expected. Oof. But yeah, just focus on that. Alright. Eater Virtue, just... It's Bone Splitter. Bone Splitter is great. Has other abilities. That's fantastic. Doesn't matter. Good as a Bone Splinter. Just easy first pick. And that leaves me open for whatever. Wish the best. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Do appreciate the good vibes as well. Alright. So we have Naomi, we have Jukai Naturalist, and we have Spinning Wheel Kick. So Spinning Wheel Kick, I think I have a little against. I might just go Jukai Naturalist. It gives the lifelink. Again, Eater of Virtue doesn't care about artifacts or enchantments. Anything in common that's worth going for? Not really. So while it's kind of hard to go for a dual colored, there's nothing really good in the commons worth fighting for. And going Jukai Naturalist gets us the Spinning Wheel Kick possibly, gets us the Jukai Trainee possibly, gets us the Golden Table Disciple. It's just a good card. And it's a life linker, which helps with Eater of Virtue, so... I'm gonna go with it. When We Were Young. This is a combat trick, but it's a little finicky. Not gonna worry about that right now. Master's Rebuke is a removal. Modern Age is amazing. So it's a question of, do I Master's Rebuke or do I Modern Age? That's really the two decision points in my mind. Modern Age basically says, hey, we don't have to go into Jukai Naturalist already. Master's Rebuke says we can. So, like, you know, one unpicks the other. And, I think Master's Rebuke is fine. We're not getting the Behold the Unspeakable back, so someone's going to go blue, I think. Yeah, I think someone's going to go blue, and it's best to just escape that. So I'm going to go Master's Rebuke. Because I passed a Behold the Unspeakable, I think this is a more reliable decision. Alright. Heir of the Ancient Fane, just 3-mana 2/3. I do like Tamio's Safekeeping, but I don't want more than one. Enthusiastic Mechanaut. I think that plus Jukai is a little too... enchantments, artifacts. I think that's funny, but yeah, I think they're a little too separate for me to make that big of a jump. Heir of Ancient Fane, if I want it, it's going to make it back. No one seems to like this card. Neither do they like Tamio's Safekeeping. I might just... You know, I'm just going to pick this because I'm okay with either. And if they both make it in my draft, I'm not going to pick them both. So, just allow me the ability to escape into there. Alright. I can't be the only one who feels like there's nothing good here. I'll pick a Wanderer's Intervention, but, like... Searchlight Companion, maybe? Works with the Eater of Virtue. Sure. Alright. So... Ninja's Kunai, Armguard Familiar... I could just try to force blue-red. Your Virtue doesn't give ward. No, it does not. Alright. I think I just go with the Wanderer's Intervention because it is a combat trick. It does do something, it kills. Well, actually, if I'm just doing it to kill, Ninja's Kunai is safer and does the same job. We're just gonna go all artifacts and then just switch over to red-green, or blue-red instead of the Jukai Naturalist. I think that's enough. All of these artifacts can be put in the green deck. Whisperer's Cuff I like. Gold Tail Disciple is just amazing with things like Eater Virtue and Jukai Naturalist and all of that. I think this has just more synergy with what we want to do. We're going to just keep going down this green-white path until we get to pick 9 and it dries up and we have to switch to blue. Which it seems to just happened. Skystorm McCoy is great for such a deck if that ends up being the case. They left us a Futurist Operative and a Roadside Reliquary. You know what? We already have 3 artifacts, and we want to have enchantments, and we already have 2 enchantments. I think Roadside Reliquary is actually the pick here. Alright. And yeah, we're taking blue as our escape route if we need it. So, given that case, yeah, blue artifacts is our escape route if we need it. And we are drafting as if that's the case. I do not want Lucky Offering. No, I do not. It's not the explosive. The red one actually gives you, modifies your creature. It like makes you a threat while dealing with theirs. That one just deals with their threat. We only have 6 cards over here? Wow. We're at pick 12 and we have 6 cards. Which tells me that we are actually the blue-red. Alright. Look, so if I pull out these 3 and put in the blue-red, we have more playables. Therefore, it was important. This is why it's important to build your escape route. This is why it's important to build your escape route. How many artifact creatures do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have enough to Mech Titan. We're Mech Titaning. We have Eater of Virtue, we have Mech Titan. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. We'll have a Skyscraper Koi coming back, swimming back to us if we're lucky. I'm happy with a Network Disruptor or even an Iron Apprentice if I need it. But yeah, we're blue-red artifacts now. Mirror Shell Crab or Reinforced Ronin? Ronin with Eater of Virtue gives us a haste off of, gives us basically a boost with speed. Mirror Shell Crab, I love the counter. I love counter spells even if other people don't. I think we are definitely blue. I'm not sure we're actually red. I'm gonna go with the Mirror Shell Crab. Invoke Calamity, too expensive to play. Papercraft Decoy, maybe later. But right now we're kind of okay with a lot of that. And I just love me some Mirror Shell Crabs, honestly. That's one of the big decision points here. Essence Capture. Okay. So Essence Capture, a lot of people, again, don't like playing. But, like, everyone's playing creatures. It's going to hit something. And then it's going to put a +1/+1 counter on your cards. This is, like, the reason that Explosive Welcome is so good is because it does this. It takes out a threat, and it puts a +1/+1 counter on something. This one is a much more prominent theme that deals with. Moonsnare Specialist is not a bad idea pick up either. I could definitely see someone... You know what? I'm going to go with the Moonsnare because it's a little easier to cast. And because people are crazy, the Essence Capture might come back to me. I don't think the Moonsnare will. Alright. Explosive Entry. Kumano faces Kakazan. You know what? This is just a good card every time. It's a 1-mana 1... It's a 1-mana 2/2. And then also it could modify a creature sometimes. Alright. Haki Emberkeeper, Unstoppable Ogre. 8 creatures already. But some of them are spells more than anything. I think we go with Sozenkin. Just the ability to have a land that could be more is pretty good. We're doing pretty well on playables already. Emberkeeper could be great. Like, these all could be great, but they also could all come back. So Zenkin will not be coming back. Alright, Tempered in Solitude or Unstoppable Ogre? Or another Mirror Shell Crab. I think because of our curve, Tempered Solitude's not going to do much for us. We're not the Samurai deck anyways, but also it's not going to do much given that we have these Mirror Shell, Ironhoof, Saiba. Like, we have too many channel cards. And I say just commit to the channel. The idea is we are a late game deck, so we have these as creatures if we get to that late game, and until then we have counter spells, we have buff spells, we have threats. That's my plan. Disruption Protocol. How many artifacts? 13? Yeah, we're playing Disruption Protocol. How many enchantments, by the way? 1. Yep. Might even pull out that Roadside Reliquary, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing else here really appealing to me. I love me some Disruption Protocols. Voltage Surge, however, is even better. 1 mana, it's a kill spell, and then it can be more if I want to sacrifice an artifact to make it more. Voltage Surge is so good. Alright, Skyswimmer Koi made it all the way back around. That's amazing. Oof. Alright. I'm going to pick the Papercraft Decoy, just make sure I gain enough 2-drops. Make sure our curve looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could actually use more. Do I want a Futurist Sentinel? I already have 1. We'll go 2. Forget it. If we want it, we'll have it. Explosive Entry, always good to have 1 of those. Peerless Samurai gives Menace, reduces costs. Crackling Emergence, maybe playable. I'm going to sideboard that now. I don't really like that card for these sort of decks. Kiba, too expensive. Grease. Good black cards. Only blue cards are basically unplayable. Economy of Industry could just like bring back a Ninja's Kunai to throw at someone, or a Papercraft Decoy, or a Searchlight. So it does have options, but Flame Discharge is a kill spell, and yeah, no reason not to have kill spells. Inventive Iteration. As you didn't see why this was a bomb, but look, it's bounce a card. It's a 4-mana bounce into draw a card, which with our artifacts is actually draw a specific card, and then we get a 3/3 flyer. We're taking the Inventive Iteration, 100%. To me, as completion, it's pretty cool, but we want the iteration first. Alright. More Mirror Shell Crabs. Or a Moon Circuit Hack. Ooh, this little trio here is all enticing. Look at our creatures. We have a flyer. Yeah, I think we have enough evasive stuff that Apprentice Acquisition Octopus is a good idea to pick up. Yeah, I'm going to pick up the Octopus. Suit Up or Nenther's Ninja Kunai. 13/13. I like Suit Up. I just like it. Gives us the instant speed feed that we could hold up with counter spells. Alright. Our Guard Familiar is a creature, probably getting cut. We'll figure out our deck in just a bit, but we now have 30 cards. Throw that back. Not a deck for Ironhoof Boar. Only 1 Future Sentinel. We didn't accidentally pick one, did we? I just saw like the fluttering from me and I got nervous. Alright. 3rd Mirror Shell or 2nd Searchlight. I don't think we have any ninjas. And if we don't have ninjas, I actually don't like the Searchlight. We have 1 ninja. We are the control deck. With this, we have committed fully to being the control deck. We'll see how it pans. Hey! Oof. This might end horribly, or it might end fantastically. And that's the only 2 possibilities. There are no others. Alright. And we will want 17 lands because we have Mirror Shell Crabs to help pull it up. Snare Prototype's perfectly fine for this deck. Anchor to Reality, Equipment or Vehicle, no. I'm going to pick the Steelbreaker, but no, I'm not playing the Steelbreaker. We're cutting cards. I'm going to pick this because it's an uncommon, not because there's any chance we play it. Ooh. So, keep it moving. Keep it good. Alright. Economy of Industry we might play. Pulls out Searchlight, pulls out Papercraft, all that stuff. You have so many good 4-drops. Alright, yep, Sky Swimmer's Boy. I'm sorry, that's probably a mistake, but I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious to have 4 Mirror Shell Crabs. 4 Mirror Shell Crabs and a Disruption Protocol, everyone. 4 Mirror Shells and a Disruption Protocol. How many enchantments? 2 enchantments. Don't need the roadside. Rather have the consistent mana base. Alright. I could probably take out a Mirror Shell Crab. I don't think I want these Iron Apprentices, actually. 14 creatures, and this is even counting Futurist Sentinel right now. Hold up. Okay, Mechtitan Core. Okay, come on. There we are. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so there's 8 cards that could help with Mechtitan Core to get it active. I think we have enough counter spells that we don't need to suit up. We probably don't need the Disruption Protocol. We have the Mirror Shell Crabs. Alright. Economy of Industry out in Mnemonic Sphere is actually pretty great. 14, 11. Yeah, probably just for consistency's sake, we knock out a Sky Swimmer and a Mirror Shell. That means we no longer are a counterspell deck, but I think it's fine. It should be fine. We'll try it as is, and we could end up having to come back and knock it down a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 playables on turn 2 is a little low. But I also have 3. Yeah, if I'm going to count the 1-drops, I have more than that. The Mirror Shells act as 3-drops for curve purposes. Yeah, so if this is... So it's 6, 6, 4, 6, and then 1. Yep. We'll try it. We'll try it. Is there any card here that, if I am to put cards back in, Mirror Shell Crab, if... Like, I always put in more Mirror Shell Crabs if a card's underperforming, or a Sky Swimmer Koi, or, you know, a Disruption Protocol. Like, I have cards I could put back in if things are underperforming. Armguard Familiar might underperform, but right now we just want the 2 drops. Alright. For all the drafting at the top end, we then took a ton of it out. May have wanted to mulligan to get a 2-drop, but I just decided we have a kill spell. I have a bounce to slow them down. Oh, I thought to crew. That was my mistake. Alright. Well, now we at least look scary. I can't flame discharge yet because I have no modified creatures. Alright, I'm probably going to have to flame discharge this Inkrise Infiltrator. I'm going to wait for them to do something first. Yeah, I'm going to take it because they could have... there's a 4 mana... What's it called? Alright. I could Inventive Iteration, bounce that back, and basically get a card draw. And then... Yep, and then next turn, Kami of Industry, perhaps. Either way, bounce the Undercity, make it so they have to replay it. They're stuck on lands. Take advantage of it. I might just play this Sozenkin as a land if I need to. Alright. I'm gonna Searchlight, and I think I think I'm gonna... I could either Moonstare and equip, or I could Searchlight. Yeah, I like Searchlight equip because it threatens that thing. This is more mana effective, I think. Ugh. So hard. So hard. Alright. This makes me a little 1/1. And it allows me to hold up. Basically, if they kill this, the Eater of Virtue gives its creatures flying. So they don't want to kill it. I'm gonna attack for now. Do they block? Alright. So now the Ear Virtue gives flying. And I can Futurist set. Ooh, I like that. So I've got a Futurist Sentinel. So now if they use the Intercity Scrounger to make treasure and get 4-drops, they can't cast them. And we're gonna I'm gonna equip it here because that way the Intercity Scrounger can't actually attack it. Enchantment they control. Oh, that's my only enchantment. Nice. Alright, well, I'll just equip it here instead. Now I have a 3/1 flyer. And if they attack, I'll just crew the Futurist Sentinel and block. I'm not scared of what you have. And now they draw their land with me locking out their 4-mana spells. Feels bad, man. Kami of Industry might just be played as a 3/6 in just a bit. The fact is they're holding on really well, and they now have cards on me. I'm just gonna attack, deal 3 damage. Not even worry about bouncing it. And I'm just gonna play this. Force. Yeah, you back into your hand. And now I have a Moon Snare holding up holding on the fort and holding up the Future Sentinel. I mean, they saw this coming, right? I want them to kill my Future Sentinel. Please. Show me you're actually something I should be threatened by. There's a few cards they could have to help with this. You're Already Dead is pretty nice for them. Another one is Lethal Exploit, but if they had that, I think they would have gotten rid of my Moon Snare. I'm gonna sacrifice a 1/1. Alright. We have 7 mana. Perfect. Alright. Alright. Burn lethal. Got another 1/1. Are they mono black, or did they just get only one color? Like, I'm wondering if they're just trying to draw their Invoke Despair and getting their teeth kicked in. Alright. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what they could possibly do to pull themselves out of this. They're the Kame, exiles a creature they control. They're out of mana, so I'm just gonna crew the Moon Snare. Yep. Much longer than the previous games, but we have all the tools, it looks like. I feel like we kind of just like... This deck is not as potent as the previous deck. Let's be clear about that. This deck is kind of mishmash in a lot of places. But deck's good enough. Deck's good enough. Alright. Keep things moving. Okay, our first play is Skystorm and Koi. Alright. Okay. I'm going second. This actually is pretty rough. Terrarium is 0% worth strong with explosive entry. Gives a single +1. It's basically still their +1/+1 counter. It's quite insignificant. Alright. Volt Surge is worth, however. Having a Mirror Shell and a Voltage Surge held up right now is pretty nice. Let's see what their next play is. Okay. So I could Mirror Shell to counter that. As a 4/5, that is necessary. Can't really stop me, I'm pretty sure. Alright. I'm gonna play the Mechanaut and then just hold up the Voltage Surge, I think. Ooh. Hope nothing bad happens. I'm probably gonna Surge the new Naturalists in I probably should have Surged the Naturalists now, so they can't play a 5-mana enchantment. But I was just under the assumption they wouldn't have many, but the Harmonious Emergence proved otherwise, so should treat this with some respect. And the way they're hovering over this, I just thought they would be buffing the Jukai Tree into a 3/3 soon, and then I could just 2-for-1 them. So I think trying to get greedy like that is what's getting me wrecked. Nah, good, very good spot anyways. They're targeting the Jukai. Alright. Let them target the Jukai. Alright. How do they protect it? And if they don't, Tamina safe. Okay. No blocks right now. This is just adding more mana. I don't need that right now. I'm not blocking with this. Let's just chip down their health a little. Alright, well at least I ate their Tamina safekeeping. One of the big issues with not using Explosive Entry on the Terrarium is I don't know how many cards they even have that the Terrarium can stop. And I will see your combat trick. We just Authority, we still trade. That's good enough for me. Alright. We are now facing down some serious threats between Brick-Bending on the Moths as a 2/4 flyer and Jukai Naturalist, which I cannot. I can Moonsnare or something. Not the times to be drawing lands. I'm gonna hold up. I'll Moonsnare could block the Jukai Naturalist. The Imperial Moth is annoying, but not a threat. Yeah. Doing everything I can, but this is just low resource game. Whoever survives, I think I just blow up the Terrarium to get myself the +1/+1 counter. Dog needs out. At least I ate through the combat trick, but looking at the health totals, lifelink is a very powerful effect. I'm not doing anything to get around that. There's no point in me counterattacking because we are just dying off. I want them to put... So, this was like a decision point. If they put on the Hand of Alignment, it could attack in safely. If they put on the Moth, like only one of them could attack in safely, basically. If they double block, this time the decoy is going to survive to kill the hand, or they're going to combat trick, and then I just use the decoy to draw a card. And I do it like this instead of using the Enthusiastic because if there's a combat trick. I don't want too much to go wrong, awry. Okay. I mean, I need to kill the Tails Master Sashiro right now. So... we're not in a good spot. If that wasn't clear already. The Mech Knot will survive if they attack with all, but the Arm Guard won't, and will be at 2 health against 2 3/3s. I could have reconfigured this into a 4/5, but... okay, well, they just out-tempoed me. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so what... did I just draw 0 card draw? Like, what... I need to figure out what was my problem with those resources. Because I know they weren't doing too much. Not enough that I should feel threatened. Like, there was a lot of Regent Authorities of Light in the Ways and stuff. They did draw all gas, where I drew 6 lands, and also had to mull 1. But this is not an okay way of this ending, so simply. I'm going to trade the Moonsnare for another responsive card, I think. The Moonsnare prototype didn't really do what it needed to. And let's see, we have no card draw. Another Mirror Shell gives us a little more late game. Honestly, I think we just go full Mirror Shells for our late game. Get ourselves another Sky Swimmer, though. Sky Swimmers don't feel bad. We need card draw still, but counter spells at least stop their threats while we wait. Moonsnare Specialist isn't doing the work it needs to. I think, yeah, the Sky Swimmer Coil instead of Moonsnare is a good call. Suit Up cycling itself might be good enough. We're gonna try it. Alright. Yeah, Economy of Industry didn't have targets when we got to play it. Yeah. And the 4th Mirror Shell Crab is probably a mistake. As much as I think it's hilarious and amazing, it's probably an actual mistake. Alright. We have Island Kunai, Mountain Titan, Searchlight. Alright. This has to be Mech-Titan has to be a creature for explosive attribute to put a point on it. That's good to know. I had Flame Discharge to get rid of that before they could draw a card, but I think that's wasting the counter spell. And I can Mech-Titan block. Searchlight's going to do its job here. The 2 bodies allows me to crew the 2. Huh. I think we just have to get rid of the Mnemonic Sphere, unfortunately. Explosive Entry is powerful, Searchlight Companion is powerful, Flame Discharge is a kill spell, which is significant. And I need the lands. Maybe the Searchlight was the discard. But... oh my gosh, they main deck a Lucky Offering. That's infuriating. They main decked Lucky Offering. Like, I get that there are artifacts in this format, but it's like the life gain isn't always isn't very important. It's like, why? I'll be blocking the Virus Beetle. Taking 2. I'll be killing their decoy on their turn. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Better thing to kill. Alright. Alright. And we're just gonna end here, I think. And I have both Flame Discharge and Ninja's Kunai held up. I do not want them drawing a card off Papercraft Decoy. Alright. I'll just kill this now. And I can X equals 2 kill this. Probably should have waited, but I didn't want to deal with any combat tricks. Near Shell Crab might have been valuable here, but oh well. We know they have discards. That was the last land in their hand, I believe. Alright. I will trade the Searchlight Companion. Because I'm the one who wants to be defensive right now. I think I counter just about anything that leaves them with less than 3 mana open. It's a bit premature, but I think it's okay. Especially since I have counter spells if they play a bigger threat right now. They did play a Kami of Terrible Secrets with no... yeah, this deck is like kind of janky, but they're still holding it up against me, which tells me that my deck is very janky itself. If they have lands, they would have played it here. So... oh, that's a land. I can tell because of the pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mirror Shell Crab should win me the game if I feel I can play it. Here we are. 5/7 Ward 3. Have fun. There's not many kill spells efficient enough for you to kill it with. Congratulations, you found a kill spell efficient enough to kill it with. Alright. Alright, well, when this one dies, I get a card back, so... Papercraft Decoy really good in these late game scenarios. Fire Patrol. I'm happy to trade with Moth Rider. Okay, it'll look like I'm pulling up a counterspell with full control. Full control just disappeared. Alright. Start with Papercraft Decoy attack. Oh, I could have returned my Papercraft and drew a card. That was the smart play. What I did is not the smart play. I'll be returning the Mirror Shell Crab to my hand. Get myself a big scary threat. They played less cards and have cards left in their deck. Raise one. Alright, get a draw card. Alright. I think it's just straight Mirror Shell. Yeah. Alright. I cannot to reduce this cost, so I can play it as well. And this island is staying in my hand for Hundreds of Night's Reach. In case anyone's curious why it's still there. Alright. Oh, this thing has Death Touch, I see. So they're saying I could attack. They could attack with my 2/2, with their 2/2, and not worry. Oh, or they could just kill the Enthusiastic Mechnaut right now. For them, it's kind of farewell or bust. But they could have farewell, which would suck. At this point, I think I'm ready to throw in my Mirror Shell Crab to take out the Go Shintai. Actually, better play. Alright. Alright, so here's a question. I think the answer is value. I could have attacked the Mirror Shells knowing the Ghost Shintai was getting bounced. Oh well. Alright, that's okay, it did its job. I think I just bounced the Mechnaut. Get rid of the Clawing Torment. Alright. Yep. So I do have the devaluing theme, and I do need to recognize I have a lot more when I bounce my own card effects than I expected. Or at least that Papercraft Decoy was a lot more valuable than I thought. Alright. Doitsuno Shiro. Okay, it's like they match up perfectly because they just said, oh, same ranking. Alright. We need to draw an island with this. Islands are the more common color in my deck. And if we... The moment we hit it, we have all our plays basically taken care of. I'm going to play the Ninja's Kunai first, because if they have some way to destroy artifacts, I'd rather it be the Kunai than the Virtue. If I draw the island, I could still play this for 0. Alright. 2 more draws on an island. Alright. So they're going to make this guy really big when it dies. So I can Inventive Iteration, bouncing this back and preventing the counters from going on anything. Alright. Okay, so I actually like Enthusiastic Eater of Virtue. Makes this cheaper later. And means if they attack, I can block and kill it while developing Flying to my Eater of Virtue. I think that's the play? Yep. In case they have a bad turn where they just kind of play a land to turn that into a 3/3 and attack thinking I don't block. I gotta inform them that they are mistaken. This also threatens more power. Bulgarian Hot Spring. Alright. I'm assuming they're putting one on the Fam Shigeki and attacking with both. That is the aggressive play I would expect. I could then block the Iron Apprentice and bounce the Fame. Just the Fame. Say no blocks this time, and it's because instead I can go Searchlight, equip Kunai here, and end the turn. Try to have Inventive Iteration bounce a creature that's more expensive than 1 mana, is basically the plan. Also allow their Invigorating Hot Spring to sink into the wrong values. Alright. Okay. So they are a fast, aggressive deck, and I should respect them as such. And now it's going to make a massive creature, which they're going to make it the Fane. Alright, now I can bounce that. Bring back the Ninja's Kunai, which will actually be very potent in this fight. I can Voltage Search that. Yeah, no, I need an Inventive, because 1, this is accruing value, 2, this is a 5/5. And if I need to, I could sacrifice the Searchlight to kill a Simeon Sling. That sort of stuff. They only have 1 card left, so they are running out of resources. That's the biggest threat. And that's not even close. Alright. Guy Swimmer Koi. And ready myself a Voltage Surge. Or I can equip Eater of Virtue. Ready to block and kill something. Tough choices. I have chump blocks, but yeah, this Invigorating Hot Spring is actually being a serious nuisance. We are not in the driver's seat as much as I want to be, but Futurist Sentinel plus Sky Swimmer will give us a massive blocker to deal with the forests. To deal with this 5/6. I think I just blocked because I need to not die right now. That's our focus first, foremost. Perfection! Oh my gosh. Alright. So now I attack with a Searchlight. I respawn by Moonsnaring. Bounce that. And when I bounce the Forest, it will not help the Harmonious Emergence. So the Harmonious Emergence goes to the grave. They can't play 1-drops if they draw them, which they seem to have plenty of. I think I just discard the land because right now we need other resources. I'm going to equip that here, so if they pump the Fane of Shigeki into a 5/5 using Hot Spring in the land, we can still kill it. Right. Move this one right now. Alright. Just relaxing. Giving them the opportunity to make a mistake. Got big ol' Fane, but we have enough removal for it. Hey! Focus. These just went south suddenly. Wait, hold up. Did they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It didn't go south. You ready? They're going to attack with this. I'm going to take it and throw the kunai at their face. And now we have lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oof. So, for those who don't know, my bro Focus, total legend, he is. Started playing Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door to try it out. And, it ended up being, like, really good. So, still playing it. Alright. Yep. It's... So, we were talking about this, that the thing about, the Paper Mario, Origami King is you can't... One of the big problems with the with that Origami King specifically, it's a really good game, but it's held down by expectations. Like, we were like, if you treat it as a collectathon style game, if you treat it as more of a exploring the world, just getting used to the world sort of stuff, instead of as an RPG, instead of as a Paper Mario, not a Thousand Year Door sort of style game. If you treat it for what it is, it's actually a good game. It's just everyone wanted Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door 2, and that's not what it is, and therefore people gave it poor decisions. So anyways, we just went 3-1, so I'm very happy. This deck was kind of welded together. There's 3 Mirror Shell Crabs in this deck. I love it. Yes, Thousand Year Door was the GameCube one. One of the things worth noting is that we don't, like, we have Inventive Iteration, and other than that, I think we're mostly using commons. Oh, Mech Titan Core, but that has not come up yet. As a matter of fact, I might just pull out the Mech Titan Core and bring out another Mirror Shell Crab. I might honestly do it. Mech Titan hasn't done much. But we're going to stick with it as is now. Our previous run went 7-1, so I'm really happy about that. And that one, I don't think had any rares. Though it only go Anvil, which was its own type of rare. But yeah. Alright. We have 2 playables, and the moment we draw red, we have removal. Snowball rolling down the hill, don't let them gain too much momentum. That's generally the strategy against snowballs. Because a snowball can become an avalanche. Easy voltage surge when I want it. Alright, cool. I draw a card. Oof. Yeah, Thousand Year Door was the GameCube one, easy addiction. Yep. We're gonna let this hit us first before we kill it, because we don't care about that 1 damage. We do care about killing more threatening things. This doesn't seem to be the case, so we'll just spend our mana. And then we'll play a Sky Swimmer Koi. Get ourselves something that can block this 2-3 easily. Oof. If we attack, I'm going to force him to have it. Hopefully it doesn't put a +1/+1 counter. Ooh, Norika. I cannot let that Norika hit. One choice is Moon Snare it back to their hand, but I think it's just better to Flame Discharge. Not worth attacking because the Golden Tail is going to do too much in response. So yeah, I think I'm just going to Flame Discharge. I'm going to just Flame Discharge for the full 3 to play around Light the Way. Alright. And they didn't attack last turn, which tells me they don't have any combat tricks, so they'd have to draw it now. A lot better. Alright, so I can attack. Okay. So I can just play second Sky Swimmer Koi. I think I'm going to play this as a land, because that way I could Moon Snare and Explosive Entry on the same turn. As long as we prevent the Golden Tail from attacking, we have positive pressure. The Ink Rise does get to attack in freely because of its abilities, but we're okay with that. Okay. Action Slash. Makes sense. Ooh. Alright. We do have to wait, unfortunately. They do only have 1 card, but they do have board. Yep. Alright. Well, we have to play as if they don't have a combat trick. I'm thinking they play when we're young. Nope, they just sacrifice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not enough yet. I think I just 4-mana Moonsnare, bounce back the Golden Tail Disciple, or bounce back the Inkrise actually, and let them have a turn. No, I think it's better to just hold up the Mirror Shell Crab should they do something seriously threatening. They are saying that they have lethal soon, so... And that is worth countering. Imperial Oath closes out games. I'm like, what could they have? Alright. Oh, we'll bounce that back. That sounds good. I can't block this anyways, but I can block this. I have to leave it open because I can't really get through the Golden Tail. If I attack and the Golden Tail gets in, that's a mistake. I have to slow the game down, and Explosive Entry does not make sense when they don't have an artifact. This can only pump once. Still too much for the Sky Swimmer, but... you can't kill. I have 2 more turns to draw. Well, knowing Focus, he's happy that this card saw some play before. Alright. Oof. This looks like a very bad situation. And that's because it is. 1 more turn before they can double pump the Inkrise. We do not block with Sky Swimmer this turn on the Inkrise. Next turn's open season. Do I have any artifacts in Mirror Shell Crab? And switch. Yep. Oof. Is that just game? I think that might be just game. I mean, so I gotta kill the Inkrise Infiltrator. And then I have to chump block the Takushi Shadow Walker, though. They're offering the trade. I need to take it. Not a good spot. Triple B's, beefy blue boys. Yep, love me some of those. But yeah, I think that just submitted that Mech-Titan Core is not the win condition for this deck. We just don't have enough to support it. It's a 2-mana 2/4 that we have to crew. We don't always have the opportunity to crew, especially early on. I think that was with 2 plays of Mech-Titan in which it did absolutely nothing, and enough plays where we showed that we have enough late game already. I think we get to pull out the Mech-Titan Core. For what we put in its place, I think it might be the Disruption Protocol. Might be the Peerless Samurai. We definitely want a creature of some sort, which I think means it has to be the Peerless Samurai. Oof. Just confirming that it's the best one, because I can Mirror Shell Crab instead, get more counter spells. Yep, I think we need the earlier game. Just the presence on board, more than the counter spell. Alright. Well, continue on. We got 3 wins, okay? 3 wins 3 wins is the minimum you want. And this deck didn't exactly have the highest aspirations. Yeah, one of the strange things is with the Mirror Shell Crabs, I play them as their 7-mana 5/7s, and the game's not closing. In fact, we're not even winning sometimes by the time that happens. Alright. Eater Virtue into Mnemonic Sphere into Acquisition Octopus. Alright. This, yeah, will be more card draw, so we're just going to play it. Alright, Simic. Disney can't attack, so they want us to go into the late game, I see. I might just hold up Mnemonic. I'm holding up Mnemonic Sphere and the Mirror Shell Crab. They are not doing anything threatening, and I don't want to throw the Acquisition Octopus to get sacrificed when it can't even get through anyways. They're going to pay a 5-drop, we're going to counter it, and they're going to feel bad. And we can't counter it because they have 3 mana. But that Shigeki needs to die. Like, ASAP. Alright. I can reconfigure an Acquisition Octopus onto this. We'll probably be discarding the Explosive End. Tree. Okay. Things went very south very fast, everyone. Alright. But they are out. This should hold them back. But yeah, the fact that they played Shigeki on the Orochi turn really hurt. Oh, I get an Explosive Entry. That cool. And I'm actually going to wait till play Crucible of Defiance, so I can equip the Eater of Virtues and the Acquisition Octopus to the card, basically. So here's the thing, everything has 3 toughness. So what I can do is I equip the Acquisitions Octopus. Well, actually, hold up. Let's just make a big scary threat. First, we make a big scary threat. We'll worry about the acquisitions later. But yeah, I can attack with this 1, equip, and attack with a 1/1. Oof. But yeah, I think the second Mirror Shell has to be used to counter the Shigeki's redraw effect. Because they're going to use Shigeki to win this late game hard, but if they don't realize they can't win the late game. Alright. Equip Eater of Virtue to this guy. Alright, and I could just 1 mana kill their Fane. Five. I don't want to trade the Mirror Shell Crab right now, but this I'm happy to trade. Force them to use Shigeki. Perfectly acceptable in my mind. And that's why I didn't attack with Mirror Shell yet. And yeah, we need to save this second Mirror Shell to counter Shigeki's activated ability. Well, actually, it can't pull out the Kahiri. So we at least have that. Alright, they discard the Historians because Mirror Shell Crab kind of negates it to an extent. Where are they targeting? The Acquisitions Octopus? So we lose the Acquisitions Octopus, but we still have this 3-1 and this 5-7 that get to swing in. We need to stop the Shigeki. I think we accept it. Alright. They'd have to triple block the Mirror Shell Crab to kill it, which allows me to kill the Likeness and the Merge Keeper. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. They're not gonna use it yet. Right. So I'm confident they're not using Shigeki this turn, and we can start pressuring with our big boys. And on a future, like, so my guess is they might just play a land in their turn, and then we'll. All right, 4/4 flyer is still just a flyer. I have no concerns. Oh, perfect. So I get to use the Acquisitions Octopus to kill that. I'm going to attack first. See if they double block using Vector Glider. And then I can Voltage Surge killing the Vector Glider. Yep. Gain myself that free kill. Yep. Alright. And this is where Shigeki starts being the thing they want to do. And because Shigeki is what they want to do, I'm now holding up a counterspell to stop them from ever getting that value. Dragon Kami Reborn, do not care. They'll be dead before it matters. Their dragon's already in their graveyard, which the fact that they have the Kikiri is pretty impressive on their part, honestly. Alright, they cannot block either Mirror Shell successfully, and the 3-1 gets to get in now. As well. Alright. Now we threaten lethal. Wait, do we threaten lethal? No. No, we are off lethal by 1 point of damage. Alright, this is where Shigeki comes in, and this is where the Mirror Shell Crab comes in. So we can bring back 2 cards. And I will just counter it in response. They can't bring back legendaries, but it doesn't even matter. We're just countering Shigeki anyways. And these Mirror Shell Crabs actually won us the game here. Hey! Mirror Shell's doing their job. I am happy. I am very happy. Yeah, I don't blame them for taking all this time. Shigeki is a really hard card to parse. Alright. So they need to draw a creature that can help block, and the Dragakami Reborn needs to give them a threat big enough that they can actually survive this. There we are! Hey, Mirror Shell Crab doing its job! Doing its job! Glad to hear it. Glad I gotta see it. Alright. 4 wins. Hey! That's the big gem increase. Alright. So we've basically spent 100 gems on this draft because of that, which is awesome. That's where I want to be. Alright. They mulliganed. So I can mulligan safely. Ah! I won more than 2 lands. That's why I mulliganed, in case anyone was wondering. So drawing 2 lands is quite painful. The wombo combo. I think I'm gonna get rid of either Peerless Samurai or Moonstare Specialist. Doesn't seem like what I want right now. If I draw a red, but not any more mana, Peerless can help me play Sky Swimmer Koi, Flame Discharge, you know, all that stuff. We have 3 draws at a mountain, 4 if the Papercraft Decoy gets taken out. I'm wondering if they have the same thought as I do. 2 lands plus a Decoy. But we drew 4 Sky Swimmer Kois. I need the lands. Alright, so they have their mana base fixed. Alright. If I don't have my lands, let's at least race them. And win the race. Well, what a way to go. Turn 4, invoke the agents. Meanwhile, I'm stuck on 2 mana. I say good game, but it wasn't good game. It was bad game. But at least I reduced 2 damage with the Mirror Shell Crab. Yeah. So that last one was just land inconsistency, and my god, they had Invoke the Agents on turn 4. Like, that's the best, that's probably one of the best invokes in Limited, and they had it a turn early, and they went first. Any card that underperformed. Sky Swimmer Koi kind of underperformed, but I don't know what I would have done instead. I definitely need more 2-drops, more like early game responses, more kill spells, that sort of stuff. But yeah, saying Sky Swimmer Koi underperformed isn't really saying much, because well, actually it is saying quite a bit. Because Sky Swimmer Koi is kind of like the top end, but we had all of those Mirror Shell Crabs, so we didn't need more top end, we needed more mid to early game. And that was our issue. Okay. I've identified it, because I like to identify where the issue came from. Sky Swimmer Koi is more of the top end for a mid-range deck, and we were using it as a mid-range for a late-game deck, and that's not what it is. Alright. So just understanding where Skystorm Koi fits and why it did not fit there. And from there, drafting so that I have enough early game. Eater of Virtue did amazing when we drew it, but you don't always draw it, and it's not enough to save you if the rest of your deck isn't constructed well. Also, you can't beat turn 4 Invoke the Agents unless you have a plan or a counter spell. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you are the one who gets to do a turn 4 Invoke the Agents.